right, guys. Let's start cleaning the energy so we can get their confessions. What does this person that's energetically connected to you want to say to you, Pisces? Please keep an open mind. This may or may not be the person that's on your mind, okay? So keep an open mind. You can check out Sweet Soul Tarot for all of my readings. I also offer a few courses and workshops. One of those being a tarot course if you want to learn tarot with me. I have a lot of people that like to listen to that while they're working out, driving to work, doing their work. It is a at your own pace course if you want to check that out. We also offer payment plans. And then I have a second channel with more tarot down there. Update. I've had a lot of people ask me kind of what happened the other day. So a lot of things have been taking place, but one of the things I got bad news about is our new bunny Buster. So he's had a lot of health problems since I got him. And we have another health problem. He has a heart murmur. They don't know how long he's going to be able to live without medication. And in order to put an animal on medication for a heart murmur, there are scans that have to be done. Sometimes MRIs, sometimes CAT scans, x-rays. So right now that is another battle that we might have to face, or we might just have to let him live a healthy life as much as the universe allows him. But yeah, so sweet little Buster. All right, let's see what's happening. What does this person want to say to you? So I'm hearing the Usher song, Confessions, but the only part that keeps singing over and over and over, I keep hearing, if I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. So there could be something here. Let's take every other aspect of that song out of this reading. There could be an energy coming in where this person wants to say something to you and they know, if I'm gonna say it, I've gotta say it all. I can't leave any unspoken words, thoughts on the table. This person's been transforming, is what I'm hearing. There's been a lot of transformations taking place in this person's life. They've been asking themselves a lot, why is this happening? Why is all of this going down? And it's really aligned them with their desires. This person could approach you when you're resting. So, maybe you're on a vacation. Maybe you're taking a break. Maybe you've decided, okay, I'm going to detox from texting, calling, social medias. Like, I am taking a break like I've never taken a break before. And then this person could approach you. What do they want to confess to you? What do they want to say to you? I'm sorry that I have been busy. My career has had to be priority. I have got trust issues and I've been working on these. Again, someone's eyes could be an aspect here that someone likes. I get lost in your beautiful eyes. I want to start something real and solid with you. I want to tell you how I feel, but I'm having a hard time finding the right words. I love you and I need to express all of this before it's too late. So they will be approaching you wanting to have a conversation that, maybe they put off because they didn't really know how to have this conversation with you. And it isn't necessarily you. It's like, you're not necessarily the problem, the issue. It's not that they're scared to approach you. It's not that they're scared of what you're gonna say. I'm getting that this person can be overwhelmed with trying to figure out, how do I put all the pieces together for me to get my point across? What words are going to benefit me at this moment? Because sometimes people will approach you and say things that they don't necessarily mean and that they haven't really thought about. So I definitely feel like this person's been thinking a lot about what to say, how to say it. Okay, so what they're showing me is someone, y'all, this bunny is giving me a run for my money. I feel like I'm a newborn mother up in here. Like, they have got me up in the middle of the night throwing stuff. Take the wheel, Jesus. I feel like this person, I don't remember what I was going to say, wants to approach you. Oh, now I remember. But they could be in a place where they're trying to get like bullet points, because I'm seeing bullets and I'm saying, okay, make this point, make this point, make this point. It's like, I've got to make sure I have everything that I need to cover in this conversation. I need to cover what you mean to me. I need to cover how I feel for you. I need to cover what I've been hiding, what I've missed. I need to cover in this conversation what I've been ignoring, maybe even things that you haven't seen. And again, it could have something here to do with trust issues, and that being a blockage when it comes to what they're desiring and allowing themselves to have it. Okay, now they're showing me the movie Halloween Town, when the grandmother says, all you have to do is wish for something. All you have to do is want it and let yourself have it. That's where this person's at. It isn't a question of if they want you. It's a question of can I allow myself to have that? And they've been making a career or getting something figured out in their life a priority. Maybe even recognizing that they're wanting something solid. And for some of you, this is something that they've been ignoring, but it's something that they can't ignore. And there will be some sort of shift or change happening here in the very upcoming future. So there will be good communication. Page of Wands, what's happening here in the upcoming future? This person's going to reach out to you. It could be a message of good news. This is a flirtatious conversation. This is, hey, how have you been? Yeah. So at this moment, this person is at a place where they're ready to boss up. They do have a lot of fears around major change and transformation. This person could have even snuck away from this. Okay, so I want to make this comment because I just seen a tractor go by. You could see a tractor. This person could work on tractors, have tractors, sell tractors, be a farmer, anything of that sort. This person has changed their perspective around major change and transformation. And I think they're starting to understand why they would sneak away from it, why they would run from it, why they would even self-sabotage. But now this person's at a place in their life where they're saying, hey, listen, I need to boss up. I need to man up. I need to woman up. It's time for me to go after what I want, because the only person getting in the way is myself. So there will be some sense of reaching out. And again, it will be a message of good news because they're wanting to express something to you that you've wanted to hear. Give me what this looks like. What is it? The shadow side in the reverse. They've conquered some sense of shadow side. They finally have learned a lesson. Sorry. She doesn't know how to act today. She is acting out of character. So maybe there's something here where this person's acting out of character. And it's even gonna have you looking at them in a weird form or fashion, because I don't feel like you expected it, but I also don't feel like you've seen it coming. It's like, I never thought this day was gonna come. I never thought this was actually gonna happen. So now I'm a little like, Anyways, I don't think you've seen it coming. Now, I've been interrupted about 4 times in this reading. There could have been a lot of interruptions when it come to this union coming together and their confessions coming to the surface. Because this is their confessions reading. What do they want to say to you? And sometimes a confession isn't necessarily something you want to say. It can sometimes be something hard to say. So I definitely feel like there could have maybe been a lot of delays or things getting in the way for them to really reevaluate what they were wanting and what they wanted to get out of this. Because maybe if they would have confessed in the past, they would have missed certain things. They wouldn't have been so strategic. They wouldn't have dug deeper to kind of figure out what exactly are they wanting to take place in their upcoming future. I am sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, This is absolutely ridiculous today. Like, I don't get it. So there was a lesson that this person needed to learn around a new beginning, and either putting off the choice or making a head over heart decision when it comes to a new beginning, okay? Now, something you might not know or you might not see is that this person could have a lot of regrets and sadness over the things that have been unspoken and over the things that have evolved. This could be arguments, conflict, gossip, disagreements. This could be jealousy. This could be anything that really got in the way and made this dynamic really hard to deal with and hard to get back on mutual grounds. So their confession is also going to consist of the fact of, do you know how much I've missed being around you, how much I've regretted that this has crumbled and that we haven't been on the same page, that we've been arguing, that we can't seem to figure it out. It's like the balance that needs to take place will be taking place. Why is this person wanting to confess this now? Because they're burdened. 10 of Wands. Because this is something that they carry on their shoulders. This is a weight. Not telling you and not confessing all this and holding all this inside is a weight. Their intentions is to communicate some sense of maybe an apology or even communicate love. Making the choice to finally do something different. They could apologize for some sense of independence that they needed to go after. They could apologize for wanting to stay single. They are going to admit that even though they chose something, that it didn't necessarily make them happy. There was discontentment around the fact that they kept things very hidden, very close to their chest. Okay, so what is this person? Give me more for their confessions. Wanting to meet, trying to keep in touch. So they're going to want to meet up with you. I do think in the past their intentions was just to maybe have fun, to have a very carefree, light energy, because maybe that's what they needed. They were already really busy and there were other things that were their priority. And again, there was some sense of like trust issues that they needed to conquer. This person's going to reach out to you in a form or fashion of like, hey, how have you been? How is everything? Keeping in touch. So just go ahead and expect whoever this is to reach out and say, hey, how have you been? So what they're telling me is that this person does have the tendency to project a certain image, and that wall is going to have to come down when they approach you. So, maybe they have this image of being really in control, not letting things bother them, making a choice, sticking to that choice. Something will be transforming in that aspect as well. And again, which I think is also adding to the fact that you don't really expect to see this coming. Yeah, a lot of chemistry, really hard to walk away from this. Having a lot of desire, feeling a lot of passion. Trying to be mindful about how they approach you. Wanting to work together, wanting it to be in harmony, wanting to be able to build some sort of trust with you. But they could be really obsessive over this. They could be at a place where it's all or nothing. It's perfect or it's not. We've got it figured out or we don't. And there is an energy here where they need to temper that side of them, because they could be obsessed with wanting everything to be well-tuned and work like a well-oiled machine. They're showing me a factory. If you've ever worked in a factory, you know that mistakes will happen, but after you work there for some time, it is a well-oiled machine. You don't got to tell nobody nothing. They know their part. They know what they need to do. And 9 times out of 10, at least in the factories I worked in, they wouldn't mess with you because they knew that you knew how to do your job. You need us, you come get us. Other than that, we ain't messing with you. This person could be at a place where they really want this dynamic to be a well-oiled machine. Like, I want this dynamic to run how I feel it should, when I don't think they're necessarily understanding that that could be an unhealthy approach to this connection. There will be learning, there will be having to evolve with one another. And if this person goes in this connection thinking, oh, we have it all figured out, it's great, one thing in the road can really put a glitch in it, and it could freak them out. So I do think that that could be an unhealthy mindset that they have, because it's like they want this, they want you, and I think that confession is just going to come pouring out of their heart. But I think there's also a little bit of a double-edged sword in the fact that they need to understand that although this seems like the perfect dynamic, the perfect connection, there's a lot of chemistry. We can't walk away from this. This is for a reason. I want to keep in contact with you. I feel like we work well together. It doesn't mean that you're always going to work well together. And I think that's where this person needs to understand that just because it seems so perfect doesn't mean it is perfect. And I do think that if this person doesn't really work on those deep wounds and that trauma, again, if there's a disagreement or something that happens, it can bring up an issue that then might make them, triggered. See, that's what I'm saying. They could then get triggered, and it can make them want to respond, or it can make them want to react instead of respond. So that could be an issue that you guys are going to have. Just fair warning. And I think it's going to be easier to handle that if that is an issue that you have coming to the table. So this person's going to want to come to the table. They're going to want to build a deep trust with you. They're going to want this connection to be a well-oiled machine. But they could be really obsessed with the fact that they want it to look perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a work in progress, and that could really trigger them. It could make their heart feel like it's on the line, and is it worth it? And then those trust issues start coming up, and if they're not careful, they could start spiraling. For some of you, this person could have some sort of an addiction when it comes to hiding their emotions, their love, their heart. And again, there's something here where it needs to be healed deep inside. Yes, see? And 8 of Cups, as I just said that. For some of you, if this person does have some sort of unhealthy habit, they could hide it so much so that it will end up being the reason that you leave them in the far future if they can't get a handle on it. And then it could be something that's actually going to make them make some sense of significant change. For some of you, there's an addiction that they have, which is the reason they want to be single, because it could be an addiction that they've had to fight with other people about. So this might be a spending addiction. It could be a male or a female, it does not matter, but this person can maybe spend money, too much money, and it's been a problem in past relationships. And although they want to confess to you, hey, listen, this is what I feel and I do want to build something with you, there could be something here where they have an unhealthy habit, and they know that if you know too much of this unhealthy habit, you might actually leave. Again, this could be a shopping addiction. This could be a literal addiction to a substance, a liquid. This could be an addiction to attention. So, and there could be some sort of truth that this person could speak to you, and it could be an understanding about their self that come out of nowhere. Not all of us want to be honest with ourselves, but I do think that this person is honest with themselves enough to say, hey, listen, you know you're a blockage in the way that you want to stay single because you know somebody else isn't going to agree with this. You know somebody else is going to say, listen, this is a problem. You can't stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning partying like you're 18, you're 35, you got to grow up. It's like there will be an issue in this dynamic, and this person knows it. This person knows that whatever that part of them that they don't want to let go of, you're not going to agree with it. And it's unhealthy. But it's something that they fully recognize about themselves. And they can't make changes until they recognize it, until they see it, until they're truthful with themselves. And it could actually lead to a new beginning if they actually get to a place of understanding why emotionally it's hard for them to let that go. Maybe there's some sort of feeling that it gives them. Even if it's an unhealthy feeling, you know, maybe there's a little bit of like, I drink because I feel safe until it gets out of control. But now I know why I drink. So yeah, just that is your fair warning for that. Okay, let's get more for their confessions. What does this person want you to know? There's a juggling aspect here. Juggling on whether or not I think you would even let them in. What I just say, juggling whether or not you're going to let them in. Almost said 8 of Cups. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't think you're going to put in the effort. They are unsure if you're going to put in the effort, the time, and the dedication. Would you accept me now? I'm hearing that, isn't it Selena Gomez that sings it? Look at her now. Dun, 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 dun. Look at her now. Somebody's name could be Bo, Belinda, Bo. What does this person want with you? They don't want to give up. They've changed their perspective after some sense of time. That they want to balance and heal something. They want to get to a place of peace. Maybe they've even changed their perspective on whether or not it's possible. Because again, we said that they've been staying single because maybe there's an aspect of their self that they don't like or that they know they need to change. And if they allow you in, you're going to be like, oh, you a walking red flag. You need to work on that. You're going to call them out. Why? Because they're wanting you as a partner. And that's what a partner does. Unless you want to be an enabler. So that's a different story. There's something here though where this person wants to have some sort of dream. This is like, let's keep the hope alive that we're not going to give up. We're going to continue to fight for this. I've changed my perspective and my perspective is now telling me that we can get to a place of peace. It might take some time, but I know that it's possible. But there needs to be some sense of balance and healing brought to the table for us to get there. Waiting. So they are waiting. They're at a place right now where they're waiting before they man up or woman up and approach and take a leap. Why? Because there is a lot of confusion. Maybe there's even a lot of options about how to approach this. What are a lot of options? The Moon. So everything being out in the open. Okay, so they could be spying on you. They could be keeping a close eye on you. They could feel like you're not in love with them anymore, or that you don't want them around anymore, or that you're trying to intentionally ignore them. So although they desire you, they could feel energetically a little bit of confusion because, yeah, they're at a place where they're ready to take a leap or a risk. They're ready to man up. They're ready to woman up. And now they're at a place where they're waiting because everything has come to the light. So if you have any resentment, they know. If you feel a certain type of way about them and you haven't really said, yo, I'm feeling a certain type of way about you, they know. They know. They know anything that you're feeling deep inside, they know. They've been spying though, keeping a close eye, having a very inquisitive energy around you. And their inquisitive energy is telling them that you've lost love, that you're not in love with them anymore. That a cycle has been completed. You've closed that door. You were like, okay, I guess we're done. Yeah, and that you're abundant, you're confident, and you're as independent as they come. So now they're worried and they're anxious because they have the urge to create something new. But they're worried that you've made a final decision to move on, to go after something new, and they're not a part of it. Is that going to hold them back from approaching you? It could become a blockage for a moment. It could make them not approach you when they should. So it's like when this person is in their mind thinking, I need to go confess to you, they might put it off because then they have an inquisitive energy, and their inquisitive energy is going to tell them, Pisces isn't in love with you anymore. Pisces doesn't want you anymore. So it's like as soon as they get the courage, the urge, the strength to do it, they feel like it's too late. It will become a blockage, but then there will be either some sort of communication or something will take place. You could run into this person. You could, now here's the thing, some of you live really far apart, but there could be something as simple as like An email is going to get accidentally sent to the other one, and then it's going to open up a conversation. You might run into this person if you live near them, and then it's going to open up a conversation. There will be a blockage in a sense, and then something unexpected is going to happen. There could also be something here where this person is allowing something that they've not healed from to be a blockage. It could be someone or something that they're in conflict with. Okay. Okay, I've got a few things. If you've got someone else involved, they could end up learning that you've got someone else involved, and it could really burden them, and it could really conflict them on whether or not a reunion's possible. Should I go fight for this? Should I leave it alone? It's going to really make their emotions and their energy kind of get up in the air and really just throw them for a loop. Now, if this is you, again, you could run into this person. Something could happen where communication is going to be... You guys will end up communicating with one another. It's going to be really burdensome, though, because I'm not seeing a healing energy. I'm not seeing it being healed. I'm seeing it being blocked. And then they're going to be really conflicted. Burdened because they feel like they've wasted time. I'm hearing the song Time's a Wasting. Isn't that off the movie Johnny and June? I've been getting that a lot in the past few readings. So someone could have recently watched the movie Johnny and June. Now I'm hearing the song I Want to Love Like Johnny and June. I want to walk the line till the end of time. So maybe this dynamic's complicated. If you've ever seen that movie, that dynamic was very, 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 very complicated. But it was a dynamic that could not be ignored. And I think that that movie is a good representation of where there's a will, there's a way, and what's meant to be will be. So I do think that there's something here where we need to recognize what's meant to be will be. But this person really does feel like that they've run out of time. So I do think that they will end up giving you a confession, but I do think that this person is really scared that they've lost you forever. And again, there could be unhealthy habits that are getting in the way of this connection being able to be everything that it should right now. Feeling really burdened. If they think that you have things going in your favor without them, that also burdens them. And that could be another reason why they're juggling whether or not you would even give in to this. You're doing so well without me. Funny. My throat just went out. I was going to say financially. Financially, spiritually, emotionally. Like, what can I bring to you? Feeling like you're letting them go like you've never have, as they hold space for you. A lot of you are attracting this person towards you without even knowing. It's like your energy is so light and bright and carefree that it's attracting them back to you. Three of Swords. Trying to get out of some place of sadness and disappointment around success and victory. They could be sad and disappointed again that you are successful without them, that you took some sort of quick action without them. It's like this person needed some sense of reassurance and you didn't give them reassurance. And now they're recognizing that they should have never wanted reassurance, that they should have bet on themselves. Yeah, this is a very complicated reading. She's digging again. And then they made a choice and they're getting truth and clarity on the cycle here being completed. You taking some sort of swift action because they were waiting and they continued to be burdened while they were healing. And now they're even burdened more. It's like if this person was putting things off, if this person was ignoring things, if this person was making excuses, all that they did was add more burdens to their shoulders. They could be feeling really triggered again by the fact that you're feeling really abundant complete is what I just heard. Really abundant, independent, magnetic. And again, the Two of Cups keeps coming out in the reverse. So this person feels like you have fallen out of love with them, and that burdens them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put you in a place where you had to fall out of love with me. I'm sorry that I couldn't find the right words to tell you. I'm sorry that I'm now seeing that this is, it could be too late. Like I might not even have a future with you. Not because I don't want it, but because I think you left me behind. Did you leave me behind? Like that's the energy I'm getting. That's very burdensome. Okay, we're going to leave this here because, I think I'm going to have to go put 2 shots in my cup to deal with the rest of the day. Have a blessed day, guys.